this here is one of my favorite drawings, and I'm getting it from this website, which I'll go ahead and paste in the source over here. It's also where I got the one I did in the previous video. So I'm going to import turtle, and I'm going to say Bob is equal to turtle.turtle. And what's going to be fun here is I'm going to try to draw one iteration of it to kind of give you an idea of what's going to happen. Okay, so Bob is equal to turtle.turtle. Now for blank in range 180, so there's going to be 180 repetitions of this. So Bob dot forward, we're going to tell Bob to move forward 100 pixels. Then, then Bob right, Bob dot turn right 30. Bob dot forward 20. Bob dot left 60. So forward 100, turn right 30, forward 20, turn left 60. And let's see, Bob dot forward 50 more, and then Bob dot right 30. And yes, I'm aware that I did a 5 instead of 30. So now the final part is let's see, Bob dot pen up, Bob dot, and I'm going to alter it a bit from the code that I see there, Bob dot go to 00, Bob dot pen down, and then Bob dot right 2 degrees. So before we draw this, or before we actually have the turtle draw this, let's go ahead and pull up our handy dandy whiteboard. So I've got my pen. Now let's go ahead and there we go. We've got ourselves our whiteboard. Let's go ahead and move this down there. So we've got, and let's go ahead and scroll this, move this up here a bit so that we can see the rest. Well, we don't really need the rest of the code. I'm going to do just the first iteration of it. So Bob.forward, let's see, Bob is going to go forward 100, okay, and then we're going to turn, and he's going forward this way. He's going to go forward this way, so we're going to go and turn to the right 30 degrees, which is about like this. Doesn't have to be exact. So I'll go ahead and say, hey, it's going to turn right 30 degrees. So, and then he's going to go left 60 degrees. So what's interesting about that is that he turned 30 degrees, he turned 30 degrees to the right already. So by turning left, he's effectively going to be going this way now. And then he's going to be moving forward 50. And not to scale. Now it's a bit more to scale. And then what is he going to do? He's going to turn right 30. So we turned 30 degrees to the right already, this way. Then 60, which ended up being, so he turned this way, and then this way. And now he's turning this way. So let's see. He turned 30 degrees. Oh, that's probably on my face. So he's turned 30 degrees one direction, then 60 degrees in the other direction, and then 30 degrees to the right again, which adds up to a grand total of 0 degrees. So he ends up facing the same way he began. Then we see bob.penup. So bring your pen up, go to location 0, 0, which is back over here, and then turn right 2 degrees, which means now I'm going to face this way just a smidge. And then repeat this. So this will then look kind of like this. And I'll just keep doing that again and again and again, 180 times. Let's see what it looks like when we actually run it now. That's a bit slow. Let's go ahead and say bob.speed 0 to make it instantaneous drawing. And now we see, and what happens here is really cool. So it looks like my first, what I predicted for the first turn is correct. And it's a very important skill to be able to kind of predict what's going to happen. If these, exams weren't online, the standard question I'd have is, here is some code, please draw what I have. Now I wouldn't make you draw 180 lines. I'm not that evil, just a smidge evil. But but one of my exam questions was something along the lines of repeating a pattern 4 times. That did something similar to this. But what's cool is that this kind of has one of those 3-dimensional pop-out effects. It's a really interesting kind of effect that we get here. Not sure why it's just trudging along slowly. But you can see what the end result would be. Now let's go ahead and modify this a bit, maybe make it a bit more like my drawing over here. Let's go ahead and say, hey, bob.pen color is going to be blue for the first turn. Okay. Well, it's going to be black for the first part. Bob.pen color black. And honestly, I could put this in 2 different places. That I could put it here, or I could put it at the end. I'm just going to, but I want to, think about it in the 3 segments, the 3 steps that we move. And now, go forward 50 degrees. And do yellow. And now if we run this, well, that's a bit hard to see. Let's go ahead and change that to maybe a red, so that's a bit easier to see on your screen. And so now we can see the different segments. And again, it's not easy to see here, especially with the way it works, but because, again, we moved right a grand total of right 60 degrees and did one left 60 degree turn, he ends up facing in the same direction. So this is pretty nifty. Again, it's very easy to make very intricate things like this. I think you'll have fun with the homeworks and the project that we've got for this chapter.